Samantha Markle, Meghan Markle's estranged half-sister, says Meghan and Harry are headed for divorce. The Weeknd announces he will be boycotting the Grammys amid after-hours snub, and Alex Rodriguez says that he and Jennifer Lopez are still hanging out after news of breaking off their engagement hit the internet. I'm gonna get into all of these stories in a moment. First, if you could please do us a big favor and smash that like button, we would really appreciate it. With that out of the way, let's just dive right into today's video. So it seems as though Meghan Markle's family just can't stay out of the press, and yet again we have another member of the Markle family spouting off about things they know nothing about. More specifically, Markle's estranged half-sister Samantha has recently gone from armchair psychologist to marriage counselor as she told the press that she's predicting divorce between Meghan and Harry, which is just so gross to be doing right now, right? Like, can you imagine if a member of your family was just trashing your relationship on national television because they wanted some attention? And for those of you who are unaware, Samantha here has no relationship with Harry or Meghan, and in fact she has never even been with them since they got together. But somehow she is predicting that they are headed for divorce unless they get some counseling and apologize to the royal family for quote unquote what they've done. The stuff Sam is saying is really incendiary as well, and not only does she accuse Meghan of non-stop lying, but she's also claimed that Markle suffers from narcissistic personality disorder. In the interview with Oprah, Meghan said that she had little to no relationship with Samantha for the last 2 decades. Regardless, that certainly did not stop Samantha from acting like she was her personal therapist. As much as her estranged family is trying to cling on to the spotlight right now, it's safe to say that Meghan and Harry have no interest in their opinions or suggestions for a better marriage. In other news, the Grammys have just come and gone again, but The Weeknd is still holding his previous stance that they are rigged. Despite releasing his album After Hours, which was one of the most acclaimed and successful albums of the year, The Weeknd received 0 Grammy nominations. A lot of this, he believes, is due to the secret committees that were upset that he wanted to perform at the Super Bowl instead of their show. I mean, there is really no other reason. The album's single Blinding Lights was so insanely popular that it spent the entire year in the top 10. So how in the world could he not even get a nomination? It just doesn't make any sense. Now, although no one knows for sure why he was snubbed, the former head of the Grammys, Deborah Duggan, did say that she was fired after she accused the committees and the Academy of conflicts of interest and voting improprieties, which is a huge red flag that these committees are indeed corrupt. I mean, why else would they fire the head of the Grammys after 5 months the moment she noticed that something was wrong? As the Grammys played, The Weeknd took aim at the Recording Academy, posting to his Instagram saying, "The Grammys remain corrupt. You owe me, my fans, and the industry transparency." Abel would later tell Billboard that even the 3 Grammys that he had previously won mean nothing to him anymore. He goes on to say, "Look, I personally don't care anymore. I have 3 Grammys which mean nothing to me now. Obviously, it's not like, oh, I want the Grammy. It's just that this happened and I'm down to get in front of the fire as long as it never happens again. I suck at giving speeches anyways. Forget award shows." But I'd love to hear your thoughts on The Weeknd getting snubbed though, so make sure you give us a comment down below on whether or not you think it was corruption in the committee that led to this, or do you think that he's kind of blowing this whole thing out of proportion. Now, to close things out, let's talk about the recent split between Alex Rodriguez and Jennifer Lopez. On Friday, we got news that the celebrity couple called it quits after spending 4 years together. The stars first linked up in 2017, and then A-Rod put a massive ring on J-Lo's hand in 2019. Although now Jennifer Lopez and A-Rod have finally broken their silence and said that they're still hanging on. According to sources close to the couple, they were having a bad day on Friday, and from what we can gather, this is what led to some sort of big fight where their engagement was called off. Now, although the details are sparse on what exactly they were working through, we do know that it did not involve a third person. Although one question still remains, and that is the state of their engagement. We're unsure if they will still be moving forward with that, or if the relationship perhaps needs more time to develop into something stronger. I said this before though, it must be insanely difficult for these celebrities to just work through regular rifts in their relationship because the public eye is always on them. So every little fight turns into like 200 articles about how they're done now and it's over. But let's just give this couple some time and remember that they're humans and just let them, I don't know, remember why they chose each other. With that though, let's check out some of your comments from the video titled "Miss Piggy, Speedy Gonzalez, and Peter Pan canceled because of this." Orlando Wright says, "If only cancel culture targeted more pressing issues like homelessness and world hunger, then I'd take them more seriously." 100% Orlando. It feels like we're just, I don't know, getting all caught up in semantics, like really silly things, you know? Homelessness, world hunger, much more serious things we need to be focusing on. Yakadel Gutierrez says, "As a person who is half Mexican and half Aztec, Speedy Gonzalez was actually a fun character to watch. I feel that people are getting oversensitive. We need to remember these are fictional characters. Or is the world forgetting the difference between fiction and reality?" It certainly seems like those 2 lines have blended into one another, but yeah, we definitely need to go back to separating fiction and reality and get more mad at the problems with reality. Catherine Pardo says, "Leave Speedy alone. No Mexican finds him offensive." Apparently. I'm not allowed to say either or. I'm like half Irish, half Scottish, so mostly white. Tangerine Girl 1973 says, "This is beyond ridiculous. I grew up with all of these characters and they didn't make me mean or anything like that. It's the same as music or any type of entertainment." I also agree, but like I said in that video, a lot of these companies are self-censoring because they're in fear of cancel culture. So that just kind of goes to show you how far cancel culture went, that now people are like, we better get rid of this stuff just in case. Jed says, let's just cancel everything until the only thing left canceling is the cancel culture. That's a good one, Jed. I love that. But that has been today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy, YouTube.